Hey everybody, this is John. I'm playing Roadhog tonight, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the character that I'm playing, but mostly sort of about the tank class in Overwatch in general. So when you think about tanks traditionally, you think about like a guy in World of Warcraft, just a guy with a lot of armor who walks around and he takes all the damage and he doesn't deal much damage, but you know, he prevents his teammates from getting hit. But at the end of the day, that kind of tank is just sort of like a glorified punching bag, you know? He's just a steak on legs who exists to be big and beefy and take hits and not do much else. And let's be real, that's boring. So thank God Blizzard said, you know what? We're gonna throw all that out the window. We're gonna make tanks fancy and shiny and new, and we're gonna give you a whole brand new line of how you play them. Check out this Roadhog fella. He's got a hook, can bring people in, heal himself for tons of health. Then there's this dude Reinhardt. He's got a big old shield and he comes in and charges people from the side. So the way of the steak on legs doesn't really exist in Overwatch anymore, but that also means that sort of being the traditional tank, being the guy who's like, I'm gonna stand out here and take all the damage and do that, isn't going to work every time. It doesn't always work with characters like Zarya, it doesn't always work with characters like Winston, and especially doesn't always work with guys like Roadhog. When playing tank, you gotta be a little bit crafty. Even when you're Reinhardt, you have to figure out when's the time to fire strike, when's the time to put up your shield, when's the time to charge. And I think that Roadhog has the potential to be best when he is thinking craftily. As you can see in this gameplay, I'm not the guy who's out there out front. Our Reinhardt is mostly taking care of that. But I'm sort of the guy who's lurking back in the shadows, waiting for the enemy team to go past, pulling somebody in with a hook, killing them with a chain shot there, and basically sowing chaos from the back lines the way that, you know, something like a Reaper or a Genji would. Because when you think about it, Roadhog has everything that you need in an assassin. Assassin is a guy who has to win one-on-one fights, and Roadhog, it's easy for them to get blown up when he's facing down 2 or 3 other people on a team. He's got a lot of health, which means that he's difficult to kill. He can heal himself, which means that when he gets hurt, he doesn't have to go looking for health packs. He has a chain, so he doesn't have to rush into a bunch of enemies. He can sort of pull people away, deal with them on his level, and he has a close quarter weapon that deals tons of damage. And as you can see throughout this gameplay, I'm just sort of lurking in the hallways, pulling people through, and dealing huge damage to them. And I'm able to get a pretty good kill streak here, able to rack up a number of kills, able to really effectively disrupt the enemy team. Now, of course, that completely changes when it comes to Roadhog's most valuable tool, his ult, Whole Hog. You want to be out in front of the enemy team for that. You want to be pushing back as many people as possible because the pushback effect is incredibly important when it comes to getting people off of a point. When you're in overtime and you're looking to get rid of people, and that clock is just ticking down constantly, and getting somebody off of a point or a cart for just 2 or 3 seconds can be the difference between winning the game or losing the game. Ultimately, what I'm saying is I'm not telling you that there's one specific way to play Roadhog or this is the best way to play Roadhog. What I'm saying is go out, have fun, experiment, try different things, because there isn't just one way to play all of these different heroes. That's one of the things that makes Overwatch so much fun, is even though they have these specific roles and things that you can try and do with them, there are different ways that these characters can fulfill roles on the team. And once you've logged 10, 12, 20 hours into a thing, it's easy to think, I know everything, I know how to play this character, I know what I'm doing. But the only way that you ever get better at anything is trying new things through experimentation. You know, it's easy to think that with a character like Roadhog and his skills and his abilities, it's just like, oh, I'm just going to sit on the cart and heal myself and hook anybody who I see coming by. But that's predictable. And being unpredictable, trying new things, works a lot more than you think it is. Because a big part of being like, oh, I know how to play this game, is thinking that you know how everybody else plays this game. One of the biggest things about, like, Symmetra that wowed everybody was once people started being really aggressive with her beam that escalates with more and more damage, and people are like, whoa, Symmetra isn't just somebody who lays down turrets and places teleporters and stuff like that. She's an actual character, and she's really strong. She's incredibly strong. So I'm excited for, like, seeing the next iteration of that, and people figuring out new and exciting in different ways. And I guess ultimately, you could be the person who figures that. You could create the new meta, and then have somebody else break that and destroy that and be like, my legacy, my meta millions, I've been undone, I can't believe this. But, you know, don't worry about it. At the end of the day, it's just a game, and as long as you're having fun, you're doing it right. Well, that about wraps it up for me here tonight, so it's been a pleasure talking to you. take care, have fun, be safe, love your life.